Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our player ratings for Chelsea 4, Man City 4, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into them. So we're starting off with Ederson in goal today. I think Ederson had a terrible game. I think he did all right in the first half. I mean, look, you look at the goals in general, and there's not really much you can say. Both keepers letting 4 goals. Did any of them play any particularly bad? Not really. I mean, in the first half, he makes a really good save against Reece James from a free kick, and then they score from the immediate corner from poor defending. So you can't really blame him for any of them goals, but in the second half, there was a shot he had when it was 3-2 to us. And we really let them get back into the game from this one. Shot from distance from Conor Gallagher. He's been doing it all game. Gets it on target. Should have been a comfortable save for Ederson, even in the rain. Fumbles it into the middle of the goal and 3-3. And that was kind of what spurred them on a little bit, gave them a bit more confidence, and that's how we ended up at 4-4 at the end. So for Ederson, I'm going to have to give him, I'll give him a 6. Ahead of him, Walker on the right, I think he did all right on the going up and down the pitch. His pace was important today, but again, with no one on the left-hand side or in the middle to help him out, he is kind of isolated. And at times, there's so many Chelsea bodies going forward, so many of them with pace. What's he meant to do? But yeah, over the night, I can't really say saved us. I can't really say he played particularly well. 6 for him. Akanji played the Stones role today, who I thought we absolutely missed. You know, he stepped in midfield to help out Rodri, but it didn't seem to do anything because our midfield in that first half, I said in the match reaction, we got overrun a lot in that first half. And in the second half, it didn't really get much better. Akanji did pop up on the edge of their box. He was on the left, on the right. He was at the back. He did score a pretty decent header as well at the end of the first half to make it 2-2. And it's tough doing the Stones role, but I think he did okay. But so many times we were left exposed because he's pushing forward. I mean, that's on Pep, not on him. But I'll give him a 7 for his goal. Diaz in the middle, 6. Did okay, some important challenges. Not as important as the Akanji one, actually, in the second half towards the end. I forgot about that one. But Diaz did make some important challenges, some good headers as well. Again, he gave away the penalty at the end. Needless. Well, it wasn't needless. He had to slide in and Brozier just did him, I suppose. And it all kind of happened in slow motion. Unfortunate is what it is. 6 for him. Left-hand side, Guardiola, I don't think he had a good game at all today. I thought he was overrunning that left-hand side. I thought whoever played on there, whether it was Sterling, Palmer, whoever, they just had him every single time for pace, and they had him for skill too. I don't think he could live with the overlap. I don't think he did very well one-on-ones. I'm going to have to give him a 5. Middle, Rodri. Rodri did okay. Of course, he got the goal at the end. Didn't mean much afterward, but to get his goal. Other than that first half, some interesting passes. Nearly played Ederson into some trouble with a backwards header. But other than that, did okay. Again, very isolated, all alone in that midfield. Zero help at times. And I don't think playing Alvarez in the middle with him was probably the right call, because I think he did need some help. Like I said, he was missing Stones, and I think if you had Kovacic in there, it might not have ended up 4-4. It might have ended up 1-1. So I'm going to give him a 6. Ahead of him, Alvarez. Thought he was quite kind of absent for most of the game. I see why Pep plays him a lot in the middle instead of Foden. And I think that's because, you know, he has got a good footballing brain. He's not got the talent, of course, that De Bruyne has, but he has got the same kind of brain as him. And you can see what he's trying to do most of the time. And his passes and everything are pretty decent, but he was quiet. And yeah, can't think of anything he did. So 6. Next to him, we have Bernardo, again, decent cross for Akanji's goal. Everyone on the pitch you should expect. But, yeah, can you say he influenced the game? Probably not really. Standard 6. Left-hand side, Doku. First half, I honestly can't think of anything he did in the first half. Second half, he had a couple of one-on-ones. He did get booked for diving. I thought it was harsh. I mean, he did dive a little bit, but I don't think it wanted a yellow card. That being said, straight after that, he had his defend on one-on-one, but always wants to cut on the inside. He could have gone down on the outside a couple of times more today. Again, not his best performance, but in the circumstances, 6. Right side, Foden. Now, this might be controversial, but I'm going to give Foden my man of the match for us today. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was very, very dangerous on the right side. He has some decent crosses. When he cuts in on his left as well, he keeps the defender guessing because he can go right, he can go left. There was just some beautiful skill in the first half to get away from 3 Chelsea players that if only we could have scored from. And I think if Haaland had put that cross back towards Bernardo, I think we might have scored from that. A wonderful player, love him to bits, as you know. And I do think he was our best performer. I'm going to give him a 9. And Haaland in the middle takes his penalty really well. He's got the second as well. Started off some moves from the halfway line, got into the box as well. If we could have found him a couple more times, I think he was feeling it today, Haaland. It just wasn't to be, though. Couldn't quite get the match ball, couldn't get his hat-trick. But decent performance. I'm giving him an 8. And that's it. That's the player ratings. I mean, you might disagree. Let me know in the comments what you think. For me, I just watched the game end to end. 2 teams battling for it. And yeah, it's what it is. I don't think anyone really stood out too much. I don't think anyone really had a bad game. It's just one of those you move on from. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.